Hi everybody. Today we are going to do types of angle pairs. There are four kinds that I need you to learn, so let's go ahead and get started with those. So the first kind is called an adjacent angle pair. Let me just draw that for you. Adjacent is a word that means next to. So when I have two angles here that are next to each other, I would call them adjacent. Let me spell that word for you. Adjacent. That's how you spell adjacent. Who are you sitting adjacent to right now? Are you sitting adjacent next to anybody? Angle pairs that are next to each other are adjacent angles. Here's another kind of angle. Let me draw something to separate that off here. Another kind of angle is called a vertical angle. Vertical angles happen when you take two lines that are intersecting lines. Now, if I have angle 1 and angle 2 and angle 3 and angle 4, vertical angles are when the opposite angle are the names for the opposite angles. So if I have 1 and 3, those two are called vertical angles. Another kind of, you'll also see that 4 and 2 are vertical angles. Here is how you spell vertical. So far we have two kinds. We have adjacent angles, angles that are next to each other, and we have vertical angles, angles that are opposite each other. Here's another kind of angle that you're going to need to know. You're going to need to know complementary angles. Complementary angles are when you have, now this is going to be hand drawn, so it's not going to be accurate. It's when you have a right angle that is divided. In this case, you would call this a complementary angle, and if I knew what one of these measures was, then I could figure it out, what the other one was. But as long as this angle and this angle add up to be 90 degrees, then these two angles are called complementary angles. Here's how you spell complementary. Believe it or not, this is a really long word, so I'm hoping it fits. Complementary. And then Terry, T, A, R. Oh, I'm running out of room. There we go. Complementary angles. So we have gone over adjacent angles, angles that are next to each other, vertical angles, angles that are opposite each other, and complementary angles, angles that add up to be 90 degrees. The last kind that we need to know is the supplementary angle. So supplementary angles happen when I have a long line well, just a line, that is a straight angle essentially. And then when I divide that into this side plus this side have to be 180 degrees because straight angles are 180 degrees, having a 180 degree opening. So what I would call angle 1 and angle 2 here, maybe we should draw that. 1 and 2 here, angle 1 and angle 2 add up to be 180 degrees. So that's the important number that you need to know for supplementary angles. Let me spell that word for you. All right, this is another long word, supplementary. It's actually very similar to complementary. So I'm going to try and go a little smaller this time so it fits a little better. Supplement. Oh, that's a big E. All right. So now we have 4 kinds of angles to learn today. We have adjacent, 2 angles that are next to each other, vertical, angles that are opposite each other, complementary, angles that add up to be 90 degrees, and supplementary angles, angles that add up to be 180 degrees.